Find the domain and range of the following equations. 4 arc cos 5 times 10 times x minus 6 in parentheses minus pi over 7. And gx is equal to the same thing, except instead of arc cosine, we have arc secant. Arc cos's domain is usually negative 1, 1. Its range is usually 0 to pi. Arc secant's domain is usually negative infinity to negative 1 inclusive and 1 to infinity, 1 inclusive. Its range is normally 0 to pi over 2 and pi over 2 to pi, not including pi over 2 because there's an asymptote there. Just like functions get changed using dilation, reflection, and translation, domains get changed accordingly. So when we manipulate this function, we also manipulate its domain and range the same way. So if we make it 4 times taller, its domain also gets a lot bigger. Its range also gets 4 times bigger if we stretch it vertically. We can use HDRT and VDRT. Dilation. We have to understand that a number within the parentheses of the trigonometric function makes a new domain the original domain divided by the number. So 5 was in the domain. When 5 was in the parentheses, we have to divide the normal. We have to divide the normal domains and take them and divide by 5. So now we have negative 1/5 and 1/5. Reflection. That only applies if there's a negative sign. There is no negative sign. We're fine. Now we translate it. Also within the parentheses, a minus turns into a plus. So now we have negative 1/5 plus 6 and 1/5 plus 6. And that turns us into our new domain. Note that a minus value in the parentheses of the trig function leads to a shift in the positive x direction of that value. So now we find the domain of gx. Dilation, it still works. And note that infinity divided by 5 is still infinity. So it's just negative infinity to negative 1/5 inclusive and 1/5 inclusive to infinity. The reflection has no change. The translation, just like the other one, is up 6. You do the same thing because it's the same numbers within the parentheses. And that leads us to our new domain. Note that infinity plus anything is still, well, infinity. To find the range, we take the original range, which was 0 pi, and we multiply both by 4. We need to look at the amplitude for this, which, as we saw, is 4. So our new domain is 0 times to 4 pi, inclusive. None needed. Once again, there was no negative in front of the amplitude sign, so we can just keep it as is. Translation. Here, outside the parentheses, when it says subtract, it means subtract. So we go down by pi over 7. So now we take this and we divide minus pi over 7, and we take this and we subtract pi over 7. We now look at the vertical shift, and it's shift down to get our new domain range. The range of this is you do the same things. You multiply by 4 to get this, remembering that there's an asymptote here. You don't do anything to reflection because there's no negative sign in front of the amplitude, and you subtract everything by pi. Subtract everything by pi divided by 7 because that's what it told you to do in the function right here. As a result, you have negative pi over 7, 13 pi over 7 exclusive to 20, and then take that, and we have 27 pi over 7. Note that this isn't still here, not here because it's still an asymptote, and that's your new range.